Everyday chat and chart live during the New York session. Here, real traders share the raw truth, their mindset, technical analysis, and execution. This is where real traders show their skill set. Welcome to Tradin TV. This is your stage to shine.
Hello everyone, can you hear me? Please let me know in the chat. Okay, so today is Monday, and usually I don't trade that much on Monday because it's a new day, new week, and it's very early for me to force myself. So if I got something very interesting price, then I will let you know. Then otherwise, I will do market outlooks for this week. We can start with the XY. Let me check. Okay, so this is weekly time frame on dollar index. I'm still bullish on dollar index until it takes out this high. This is drawn liquidity right over here. It's a buy side liquidity. So today and tomorrow we can see some retracement, maybe to this gap. There is a volume gap right over here. We can tap down right over here. Maybe it can fill this fair value gap as well. If it retraces back a little bit more, then it can come to this gap or this fair value gap, and then it will push higher and take out this high. There was my plan on for TXY, because we can see a very clear breakout structure right over here again. And we have a very interesting price on dollar index or many other forex pairs, because after a long consolidation from, let's say, from last year April, we have this long consolidation on this price range. Then after we take out this sell side liquidity, we see a first breakout structure on March, and then we came down for retracement, fill this gap again, touching this order block, and it goes higher. Again, we see another breakout structure. So it's a very clear price action right over here. That's why in my mind, this high is very obvious for me for DXY. This is on weekly time frame, and for daily time frame, yeah, we can see another order block. Here is another gap as well, and this is Friday's lows, so it can come down, took out these Friday's lows, tapping into this order block once again. So and then we can see another ripping higher again for another higher high, and take out this high first and then this high on daily time frame. Let me check something again. Hi, hello. How are you? According to this idea, let's see on Euro USD. So again on Euro USD, I will start from weekly time frame, and on weekly time frame, this is a very clear long-term bullish structure. And after that, we fill this gap, fair value gap right over here. This is a very important one. After filling this gap, it was rejecting from this gap again with a very strong rejection upside. And on this rejection, I can see a 3 times liquidity grab of right over here on this highs. So it can come for some retracement to downside. That's my plan. And good news is that after long consolidation as well on Euro USD from last year, it's more than a year now. And finally, we can see a break of structure downside. So it can come down for a little bit more to downside. But before that it can go for some retracement, because from this high, this is a swing high right over here. So from this swing high, we have an expansion. So before more expansion to downside, we can see a little bit retracement first, and then we push down lower. So in this case, you see this gap. This is on Euro USD on the chart. This gap is very important. There's a volume gap right over here, this volume gap, and then this order block, and we have this small fair value gap right over here. So when the price goes up, if it still respect this gap, this order block, and lastly this gap, I will be still bearish on Euro USD. Okay, so that was my plan. So for me on daily time frame, it can push a little bit more higher for retracement, and then this is the level, this gap, and this gap. If it still respect with this gap, then I will be still bearish on Euro USD. And when will I shift my bias? Then if this gap is broken upside, then only I will shift my bias to bullish again for this period. That was my plan for DXY and Euro USD. And for gold, let's see for gold. For gold, I'm still bearish on gold. As you know, like in my last stream, in my own channel stream, even in my private community, I call out for this low to be taken out. It was already taken out, and as you can see right over here, it came for some retracement. This is a very important fair value gap right over here. We have so many fair value gap, but why is this one is more important? Because this is a gap where after this long consolidation, this is the first fair value gap that break the structure for this low. So this was a very important fair value gap, retracing back to this level, to this gap, respecting again, forming this rejection plus this swing high right over here, these three formation. And then we broke up structure again and fell down and take out this low. And still for now, for gold, it can come back for a little bit more higher, and then we can see it can fill this gap, this daily time frame fair value gap with this order block. It can reach to this level, and if it still respects, and if I see any break of structure downside in like 4 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour intraday, then I will go for this low. This low is again very likely to be taken out. So my bias for this week is, yes, obviously bearish, but I need to check with these levels. So in let's say in a 1 hour time frame, uh, it pushes up to this level, rejection again, it can go down higher, or it can take out this high once again, and from this level it can reject lower. So till now I don't have any trading plan, but I'm waiting for my setup to be formed. But overall, still I'm bearish on gold until and unless it respect these levels. These levels. If it break upside this level, then I can change my bias to bullish as well on gold. Because I do scalping as well in lower time frame like 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute. But for me, I'm a type of trader that I don't trade in counter trend. I just only trade with the trend. That's why I need a more confirmation with that. Guys, can you hear my voice loud and clear? Please let me know in the chat. So for now, it can raise this gap for gold. Taken out these lows. This is a very important sessions lows for Friday. This one. And this could be the next level. You can see right over here. And after that, I will be very uh, I can see a very interesting price if it reaches this level, and if it reject very quickly. Plus, I want to see higher time frame like 1 hour or 4 hour confirmation from this level. Okay, thank you so much, brother Patrick. We can hear you share. It's going well. Okay, thank you so much for reminding that. And what's your plan, guys? What's your plan on gold? Are you planning to buy, or are you bullish or bearish on gold? But for me, I'm overall in higher time frame, I'm still bearish. But for now, uh, we can see some sort of bullishness on gold. As you can see, it can reach this level for today. But for me, I will not trade today because according to my plan, usually I don't trade on Mondays. But in some cases, I do trade, but not most of the time. I just skip Mondays because I want to study the price for Monday and Tuesday for this entire week. And then uh, my maximum trade per week is around 4 to 5, maximum 6 trade per week. I do scalping, but per day I took maximum 1 or 2 trades, and it's done for me. And this is another interesting high right over here. 5 minutes. It can do some pullbacks and like this. Let's see, guys. Let's see. Goal right now is the best thing is to wait. Yes, brother. Yes, you are right. And for Nasdaq, I will give you a very higher time frame bias on Nasdaq. For Nasdaq, you can see this gap right over here. This one and this one, it will play a very important role for this week. It can goes for retracement, but if it still respect this gap, and if we can see any break of structure after reaching this gap, I'm very likely it will reach for this low. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but if it still respect this gap, and if we can see any kind of break of structure, then this low and this low will be my bias for this week. This is for Nasdaq or maybe NQ, those who are trading with futures. Same here on S&P 500 or ES for futures. I will still recommend this gap I will be watching closely with this gap. It can retrace back to this gap, and if we can see any sort of break of structure to downside, at least in 4 hour time frame, then I will go for this low and this low to be my point of interest for this week. Let's see. If it wants to reach this level, it needs to respect this one. Which technique you follow? I use smart money concept, SMC, but I understand everything. Like, I just want to tell you one thing: this ICT, SMC, support or resistance, or you can use software or indicators. Everything is very similar. The idea about the market, the idea about the setup is very, very similar with with those old concepts. But first, there is nothing techniques that it will work more. You can work with, let's say for example, you only understand liquidity, you can trade with that idea, but you need experience with the market. That's all. The only thing you need is you need experience with the market. So spend time with the charts, do backtesting, do your journaling properly. So that is the only thing you need. Train your eyes, know your setup first, have your trading plan. As a trader, you need to have your trading plan. That's the first point. When to exit, when to entry, when not to trade, when to stay away from the market. And the more important thing is that in your trading plan, when to trade is less important than when not to trade. Okay? You have to understand when to take a break from the market or when not to participate with the market. That is more important than your setup. Chill, bro, smile. Am I look like very serious? By the way, I'm not Jabber. Jabber is not with me today. I'm Hiramani, my bum, and most of the traders know me as Aishem Trades. Yes, my bias is bearish. Trading broker or funded account, both of them are good. You can diversify with them. Let's say you have $1,000, you can trade $500 with Tradin broker, and you can scale with that $500 by time, and another 500 you can invest with funded accounts. So diversify is the key. It's 8:18 New York time. Let's check for silver. Yes, silver this low. It can take out this high as well and push down lower. USD. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, reaching this level. If it wants to take out this high right over here, it need to respect this level. It can wick down, that's totally fine, but it need to respect this level. If it breaks down this low, you can see if it breaks down this low with the body of the candle, then that is very, very likely to reach this low first before taking out these highs. Mhm. What's your view in gold? I already explained just few minutes back, brother. Overall, for gold, I'm still bearish, but for now, it can go for a little bit higher as a retracement. That's my plan. But for just now, for this live market, we have these two levels of liquidity right over here. This high and this high. This high is 4055 level, and this low is 4024 level. If it breaks down this low, then it can reach for this low before reaching out these highs. That's my plan. This one and this one. And this will be a very key liquidity level for this New York session. Usually I don't trade on Monday. But let's see. I do trade only sometimes on Monday because with my trading plan, Monday is the day I skip these days. But I do analyze on Monday for these coming weeks. I think we have another fair value gap for 1 hour time frame. This one, and we have another right over here. Mhm. If it break down this one, this level, I am very interested with these lows. This could be London low, I guess. Yeah. I don't trade only gold. I do scalping in gold and Nasdaq, and I do trade in higher time frame like 4 hour, 1 hour, 2 hour in forex pairs. That is only with Euro USD and GBP USD. And when I'm doing scalping like intraday, I'm trading with gold and Nasdaq. This is the only four asset I trade for my this whole career, like this 7 years. I'm trading only with gold, Nasdaq for scalping, and for higher time frame, sometimes I do trade swing trading that will be in Euro USD or GBP USD. That's it. Only these four asset I'm trading with 7 years now. Let's see, in next 3 minutes we can see some volatility. It will be 8:30, just 1 hour before market opening. It's called a pre-market. So from this level we have around 140, yeah, 140 pips. So this can be, I don't take this as a breakup structure. This is a week down, but let's see. On account or funded account, bro. I do trade on bot. Like I have my own live account with brokers, and I'm trading with funded account as well. But most of the time, I'm trading with funded accounts. Let's say, for example, if I take 10 trades, then 7 to 8 trades will be on funded. Just 1 or 2 trades will be on my live account. $4045 is a good level or not for shorts. 4045. 4045. Yep, it can be good level, but for me, I need to see some levels to be respected. This one is good level. But still respect this low. If it break upside and if the body closes above this gap, then this high is my low hanging fruit. Mhm. What's your bias, guys, on gold? Are you planning for short or buy? So market is all about patience, and for long term, it's all about experience with the market. You need to train your eyes with time. Learning a technique or learning some setup or strategy is very easy. You need to practice with your setup 500 times, 1000 times. You need to journal with your trade every day, every single trade, to gain confidence with your setup. 15 minute, 15 minute, 15 minute. What about 5? Let's see. Mm-hmm. I think it can break this level higher. I told you this low is still respected. It's not a very clear Bravo structure right over here. If you are long, this could be your parcels. Respecting this gap. So if it breaks above this high, then I'm very confident with this high coming in. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Rejecting. Okay. This is Nasdaq. Okay, guys. For now, this is the two level. This high right over here and this low. Again, if it breaks down to this low, I will be very. It will be very likely to take out this low first. If it break above this high, then I will target for this high. But overall, in higher time frame, I'm still bearish on gold until if it respect this whole candle or maybe this order block. I will be still bearish with gold. It can come for some retracement back to this level and it will go lower with that. So that's my idea for this week. And this low is my target if it respect this level, and if I see any break of structure downside, this low will be my target. And I already shared with Nasdaq. I'm still bearish with Nasdaq. With this gap right over here, you need to respect this gap, and I just want to target this low for Nasdaq. And for DXY, I'm still bullish on DXY. So this high, next liquidity, and then this high right over here. This could be the next liquidity level buy side. So that's it, guys, and this will be done for me for today. And today it's all Monday again. I'm not trading with today usually. So see you again, guys. Thank you so much for watching this live. Do subscribe this channel, and thank you so much to Tradin and his team again for giving us this opportunity to all traders. And hope you join again tomorrow, guys, with the same timing. See you again next week. Bye bye.